Hello everyone, welcome to ET Studios, and today we're having a look at Star Citizen, and I'm interested to see what you guys think about the new Freelancer that everyone's been given for free temporarily, because I was quite surprised when I logged into Star Citizen for the first time in about a year into 3.8, and I just happened to have a Freelancer. I'm a little bit confused as to why they did it, but then I noticed that because of the new features like being able to rent ships and things in-game, the devs probably want us to be able to test those features, and for anyone with a starter package, being able to make enough money to rent or buy a ship in-game is probably going to take a very long time, especially if you're doing trading missions or something like that. The Mustang Alpha is okay at dogfighting, obviously, so that could be your mercenary missions that you're doing to get the money. It's still going to take you a while if you're only making 4,000 EUC at a time. And the Freelancer is just a bigger ship with more cargo capacity. It's got pretty decent weapons stock, and it's a fairly expensive ship if you had to buy it, so I'm very interested to see how long they're going to leave it with us. I'm not keeping my hopes up for anything longer than probably the next few patches. We're on 3.8.1 now, and we still have it. So this is a video explaining to you what you might want to do with your Freelancer while you still have it, because especially if you have the Aurora or Mustang only and you don't have any other ships because you didn't want to spend too much money on the game, which is perfectly fair enough. That's exactly what I've done. So with your Freelancer, I highly recommend doing trading missions or cargo runs from certain planets to make your money, and it's fairly easy to exponentially make money and make profit off of these missions, because you can go from somewhere like Ariel to Lorville and make a very large amount of money on cargo runs. Never spend all of your money on a cargo run, because you're gonna not have the greatest amount of time if you crash or your ship, or if your game crashes and you lose all of that cargo and all of that money, then you have to start again. So I recommend spending about half if you want to be safe each time. That you're going to slowly make more of a profit and eventually be able to rent yourself a ship. And there aren't that many options for renting a ship in the game yet. You can rent a Cutlass Black, which I think is one of the best ships you can rent in the game. And you can rent the starter ships, you can rent a couple other bits and pieces, but you can't rent anything massive. I think the Cutlass Black is one of the biggest ships you can actually rent at the moment, which is also the kind of ship that you can do combat missions with, especially if you have other people that own the game. If you have some friends who want to play with you, and you can hop into a Cutlass Black that you've rented for 3 days, which doesn't cost that much. I think it's 74,000 UEC or something like that, which is really not that much, and you can make that money pretty quickly over a weekend or whatever it may be. So you could rent it for a weekend, fly around with your friends, and it's a very nice multi-crew ship because you have your turret, you've got your second cockpit position. I think it's a very nice ship. I haven't got it myself, but I'm planning to spend the money I'm making with the Freelancer to get it. And you can probably make all that money back using the Cutlass Black for the next few days. Now, unfortunately, on major patches, progress is often wiped, and that brings you all the way down to your starting amount of money, which is usually not that much. It's 5 to 10,000, depending on what package you got. And if you use the referral code, such as the one in the description below, that's one way to advertise. You can definitely make your money back with the Cutlass Black over 3 days, and you can also rent it for 7 days if you happen to make, I think it's 200,000 or whatever it may be. And that can take a while, but there's a couple missions I really recommend doing if you want to make some quick money, and then using that money you can start trading, because you can't really trade with 10,000 UEC, because it's going to take you a lot longer to get to 20,000, then to 30, and so on, because you're probably going to make about 18% profit maximum off of your trading runs, depending on what route you're doing. I recommend Ariel to Lorville with Tritanium. I think is the best route that you can run, that's the shortest and least dangerous. But a mission I highly recommend doing are the find the crew, the investigation mission for finding the dead crew of a starship that's crashed or been blown up or whatever, because it gets you 4,000 UEC per mission, and the maximum you're going to need to do is fight off a pirate ship or two. and it's incredibly easy to do, as well as quite fun, and your ship can go pretty much anywhere to go and get these, and they're usually within the same system that you get the mission in. So they're an investigation mission, locate the crew, and then also find a missing person is also a pretty decent one for the money, although I don't think I've actually done one of those for a while. So again, I highly recommend those missions if you have 10,000 UEC to start with, and you build that up to 20, 30,000 on these missions, and then from there you can start trading, doing some cargo runs, and then you can make yourself some money. If you have a Mustang Alpha, which is the more dogfighter of the two starter ships that you can get, I highly recommend doing some mercenary missions, because those can also get you quite a lot of money, and then you can use your Freelancer to do cargo runs or whatever. So that's the way I recommend using the Freelancer, is doing cargo runs because of that extra cargo space, and then you can get yourself something like the Cutlass Black on a rental, and any other ship you like, really. You can get a Aurora, you can even buy an Aurora outright in-game right now, but again, every major patch, luckily this will be fixed soon enough, but every major patch, your progress will get wiped, and that is highly unfortunate. But soon, either in 3.9 or 4.0, we're going to get persistence between updates, which means anything you buy in the universe will stay there throughout any future updates, which I can't wait for, because I think that's when you're going to get a whole bunch of new players into the game. And also, they're slowly increasing their server size, and their roadmap is looking pretty good for 3.9 and 4.0. So there's my 2 cents about how to use the Freelancer that we've got temporarily. I have no idea how long it's going to last. If you have any information about that, please leave it in the comments below. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. Please use my referral code for Star Citizen if you haven't got it yet and you plan to get a new starter ship. It'll give you 5,000 extra UEC and give me some benefits as well. There's a Discord server below if you'd like to join that as well. But otherwise, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.